Markets not doing well.
Yes, what I should suggest, let me do the markets and give a bit of a briefing on where we stand. Then I can come back over here and you can ask how on earth Dubai got itself into this mess in the first place. It is a grim day, and the root cause of the problem, very firmly, what took place in Dubai. Bearing in mind that European bourses had their largest falls in the Thursday session, 2 and 3% on the news. Now Asia Pacific really got its first chance to react, and we saw the heaviest and the sharpest losses out in Hong Kong, where the market was down 4.84%. And the reason, HSBC, the best part of 7% alone on that stock, wiped away. You also saw other stocks, banking shares, very heavily affected. The reason is, even though the exposure to Dubai World and Nakheel may be up to only 12 billion, the fears are, what's next? What else is out there? What part of the Dubai tale do we not know at the moment? London and the other European bourses had their big falls on Thursday, so we're seeing slightly more of a muted response to that. I suspect London is waiting to see what is happening in Europe, in New York. We see the Dow futures down 106 points. That tells us, of course, it will be a bit of a rocky start when New York starts trading. NYMEX crude down $3.5 at 74.29. The impetus on that one, very interesting. Commodities across the board have been weaker. You might wonder, why should oil be down after all? The reason, of course, is just general unease, uncertainty. The oil market has been very frothy. That starts to unwind. It'll be interesting to see gold and the dollar later in the day as that flight for quality. Keep an eye on the markets, because in the hours ahead, that is where this story develops.
Before we delve into what other companies are affected and what the ripple effects will be within Dubai in itself, how on earth did this happen? You started off with that question. I mean, Dubai, the real estate market, did pull back a little bit during this whole financial crisis, as in other parts of the world. But how did it get to this point?
It got to this point because, arguably, nobody was watching the wheel. At some point, vast amounts of money were being spent on projects like Palm Jumeirah, Jebel Ali, across Dubai. Vast amounts were borrowed, they were spent, and there seemed to be very little transparency about where that money was going to and who it was owed from. When you get a recession, the size that we've had in the developed world, and in fact the global recession, the fact that Dubai could not, if you hold back the tide, was really what caused it. The surprising thing, and the commentators this morning saying about Dubai, the really surprising thing, Manita, is the way in which it was handled.